Hello everybody and welcome back. Yes, I have an avatar now. It is pretty cool. This was designed by the very awesome RGB Duck from VGen. I will put their link in the description for their profile. They do quite a lot of Lego renders and everything, and they're very friendly, very chill. So if you want anything from them, go open a conversation with them because they're nice and they designed this. Anyway, we have got a ridiculous amount of Lego leaks and rumors for 2026 and 2027. So, first off, good news, Lego collectible fans. We've got word of Minifig Series 30. The source was Flanick, so let's run through the list of what it is that we know. First up, we'll have an Oni warrior, which is apparently going to wear some sort of samurai armor and some sort of Eastern style mask. So maybe a reference to Ninjago and Lloyd's Ronin. Then we've got the flower child, which will be a child dressed as a flower. There'll be a knight, which will be yellow and black in colour, with a raven logo on the shield, referencing the tournament knight from Series 20. Next is possibly a spray painter. Apparently it's hard to tell exactly who this minifigure is supposed to be. They are wearing a very unusual, colourful outfit, and also have a pink mohawk. Next we have a Vietnam gondola, which are the people that you kind of see in Venice on the waterways, on those little boats. And the torso has that classic black and white striped outfit. There'll be the lady in a bear costume, which is that classic animal costume minifigure. There'll be a florist wearing an outfit that's very similar to the Chocolatier minifigure. There'll be a kaiju, which is a human crab, so hopefully that will come with a molded headpiece and claws instead of hands. There'll be a game show host. There will also be a spa lady, a child knight, child with a sword and a shield featuring a squirrel crest. And finally, lady with a corgi, which is going to be your standard civilian minifigure, but also have a molded corgi. Again, this is a pretty solid lineup for the CMF 30. My top picks would have to be the Oni Warrior, Lady with a Corgi, and Spray Painter. Let's talk LEGO Star Wars, because thanks to Maxport, we now have new information about minifigures appearing in some of the 2027 sets. Starting with 75480, the Bespin Duel, which is set to release on the 1st of January for $80. The set is said to include Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, and the very new, exciting edition of the concept art Darth Vader minifigure, which of course is one of the upcoming 50th anniversary Star Wars figures. That's a really cool choice, and I'm curious to see if LEGO gives this character a unique helmet mold to go with him. Then we have set 75470, the Mustafar Duel, also releasing on the 1st of January for $40. This one is expected to include Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the concept art Han Solo. This minifigure will also have a lightsaber, because Han Solo in the concept art had a lightsaber. Along with this information, there is also said to be 2 printed tiles in this set, one reading LEGO Star Wars and the other reading You Are the Chosen One. That is generally some awesome detailing, and with that information, we can make a safe bet that this one will be a continuation of those LEGO Star Wars dioramas, which I personally like quite a lot. Next is set 75478, the Y-Wing, which is based on the original trilogy and is reportedly priced at $80 with 4 minifigures. Princess Leia, 2 pilots, and an astromech droid. For that price, 4 figures isn't too bad, and I will be getting this one. I love the Y-Wing, and I need a new one because this is the only one I have, and it's in pieces in a massive box of unsorted Lego parts. Then we have set 75476, the Endor Battle Pack, retailing for $30. Then this will also be releasing on January the 1st, and is said to include a Stormtrooper, a Scout Trooper, and 2 Endor Rebels. Kinda hope that one of the Endor Rebels has an older Rex face print, because, you know, reasons. And finally from LEGO Star Wars is set 75464, Anakin Starfighter, which is also due the 1st of January for $30. It's said to include early Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker, so maybe Padawan Anakin then? Because there's not really that many different styles of Anakin. You have Padawan Anakin, or you have Revenge of the Sith Anakin. There's not really a lot of changes that happen between those two. When they say Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, we've got 2 options. We have Anakin's custom Jedi Starfighter, or we've got the more traditional, dart-shaped Anakin Jedi Starfighter. To me, I'm kind of wondering if it's more likely we're going to get a remake of the custom Jedi Starfighter, because as far as I'm aware, that's the only one that kind of came with like a early Clone Wars Anakin was a Padawan. Also, there'll be an R2-D2 minifigure as well. Sticking with the Star Wars, but switching out our source, this is from the leaker Echo Tingles. We've got our first batch of images for the LEGO Star Wars set 75455, Boba Fett, with 1,544 pieces. This should be coming out in August. Now, I usually don't like the humanoid sets, but this looks pretty good. I guess it makes sense for armored robotic looking characters to be better translated into LEGO form than others. Although there is quite a lot of sticker use around the visor section, but I guess that can't be helped. The minifigure looks great though, and I love that little cape. Pretty awesome set. And I can't wait for the Jango Fett version to come out next year. Honestly, I think this is a nice way to kick off the year in general. I mean, some of these are going to sell better than others, but there's some decent stuff here. Moving on to LEGO Ideas, we've got a couple of interesting updates. First, the Sea Serpent gift for purchase, set number 40912. Thanks to an unknown brick tap source, we've got our first clear image of it. It will include 2 minifigures and a printed fabric sail. It also seems the Legend of Zelda shield is included with a dragon logo printed on it, which is a cool little extra. And it's nice to see that shield piece being used for, other things. Then we have the highly anticipated set 21370 E.T. the Extraterrestrial, which is reportedly going to have 1,226 pieces, priced at $140. This will be releasing on the 1st of August, and thanks to a retailer description, we now know it will feature a fully posable build, with a moving head, mouth, arms, and wrists, and fingers, plus the famous sky pointing pose. It also sounds like E.T.'s heart will light up using a switch on the back, which is a nice nostalgic touch. What's disappointing though, the set may not include a minifigure, which is a shame because thanks to LEGO Dimensions, we know that a minifigure of E.T. already exists. I mean, anyway, it sounds like a strong display model nonetheless. And we also have news about the X-Files sets. The gift with purchase for set 21369 is reportedly going to be Scully's Lab. And it sounds like this will be available during the first week of the set's release while stocks last. You know, the usual gift with purchase kind of hustle and bustle and fighting people on eBay. Next up on the LEGO Icons, we have an update for set 11392, the Dune Sandworm. This set is said to contain 1,837 pieces and will retail for $140. We also now know it will apparently have a Paul Atreides minifigure in the desert suit. I haven't watched Dune in a while. The Dune Sandworm already sounds pretty impressive, but having a minifigure included makes it even better. And this could end up being one of those sets that looks absolutely brilliant on display. Now, let's talk about the most exciting thing, rumor-wise, that's happening. Thanks to AC Bricks, we now have an update on set 11390, the brick-built Shenron set. It's reportedly going to have 1,760 pieces, and will be priced around about $200. This will be releasing in November. The big new detail, it will apparently include a young Goku minifigure, which I think is going to be a great way to kick off this theme. A young Goku minifigure is exactly the kind of thing people wanted to see when the theme was first mentioned. The set is also expected to be more of a display diorama, which makes sense for a build like Shenron. I'm interested to see how LEGO handles the dragon itself, because this is really going to make or break the whole thing. Hopefully they don't do Shenron dirty like they did Rayquaza. Moving on to LEGO Super Mario, we have the retailer description for 72051, the Donkey Kong arcade machine. This one is expected to retail for $200, will be releasing on the 1st of August and include 1,367 pieces. Build sounds packed with features including Jumpman, Donkey Kong, and Lady. Is it Lady? Was it not? Who am I thinking of? Was it not Paulina? Was that the lady? Was that not a Paulina? Never mind. There is also said to be a barrel-shaped lever that sends barrels rolling down and a joystick function that lets you move Jumpman so he can jump over them. That sounds a lot of interactive stuff jammed into one set, and honestly, it's exactly the kind of thing LEGO should be doing more of with gaming-inspired builds like this. And thanks to BrickTap and Maxport, we have a rumoured new gift with purchase, set 40901, Microscale Hogwarts. This is said to be a gift with purchase for this year's Back to Hogwarts promotion, likely arrive in some time around September, along with the next big LEGO Harry Potter D2C set, which is gonna be, Ministry of Magic. And finally, let's talk about LEGO Editions, because we have our first look at the new Olivia Rodrigo minifigures. Going to be 2 in total, and while I'm not personally that familiar with her music, I have to admit the minifigures do look very detailed. The face print in particular is incredibly accurate, and LEGO seems to have done a brilliant job at capturing her likeness. The sets themselves are also interested, with one being a vinyl record and the other a turntable with a moon display. Definitely one of the more unusual LEGO concepts we've seen recently. I can't deny that all of these sets inspired by her do look pretty cool and have some excellent part usage. There also seems to be a bit of a Botanicals crossover going on here as well, with set 11507, Olivia Rodrigo's Flower Bouquet, thanks to Light for the info. And sticking with Botanicals theme, we've got a clearer look at set 11513, Dark Flower Arrangement, with 562 pieces. This set should be coming out on the 1st of August, and honestly, it's a modest looking Botanicals build, and I think it looks quite nice. And thanks to Buggy Leaks, we've got our first look at LEGO Technic Set 42238. This is the Ducati Desmo 450 bike. We all know I'm not a bike or car fan, but this does look pretty cool. It's going to have the standard usual Technic flair of working steering, suspension, plus a nicely detailed engine block. And fret not, LEGO Magazine fans, I haven't forgotten about you. This information is thanks to Bricky News. First off, LEGO Star Wars fans, you are getting a Death Trooper in an upcoming issue of the LEGO Star Wars magazine. Ninjago fans, you have Dragonform Kai ready and waiting for you next month. And with the LEGO Jurassic Park mag, you'll get this little volcano build and a tiny baby raptor. And LEGO Minecraft fans, you'll get 2 minifigures, a mob spawner, and a small abundance of accessories. So there we go everyone, that is the latest news and leaks we have for today. We've got Star Wars 50th anniversary minifigures, a massive E.T. Ideas set, Dragon Ball finally on the horizon and taking shape, and a Donkey Kong arcade machine, along with some major Marvel news. And there is plenty more on its way. But with that, we have reached the end of the video. And now I want to know what you think. Which leak or rumour are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments down below, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a most wonderful day. Bye!